is Macarena, and this is my final research project. So let's start. The importance of this project. Why this research is important? Learning styles have been suggested as an important factor affecting the student's academic achievement, as well as the learning process and teacher-student interaction. This research will help better to identify the learning methods that most help business people achieve their objectives and how they would like to interact with the platform, and if they would like to do the reading, listening, and reflective exercises between sessions. Baylor provides as many resources as possible to its users. In this way, it tries to cover the most common learning styles such as visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Accompanying these resources, Baylor provides a coach that guides and helps you in the learning path. So it is important to know if the learning method used and how the way the user learns is reflected in the relationship he has with his coach and in turn with the sense of belonging that develops towards the platform. Audience. Who is the target audience for this research? The main audience is for Baylor team, and mostly for Tim, the VP of product. This research will help him to understand how the users prefer to learn, how they would like to interact, and whether they would like to do some time of reading, learning, or reflective exercises. Likewise, this research will be of great help of the customer success, marketing team, and the content developer team. By knowing more about the needs of the users, they can create proposals and help the business grow and scale more quickly. The scope, the coverage of this research. In this research, we covered some time period, research population, approach, purpose, and limitations. The time period of this research lasted 5 weeks. The research population are some participants using computers employed full-time, 30 or more hours per week. Their income is about $100,000 to $150,000. They speak English. They are senior, owner, manager, director, or above, use Scrum, and the approach. The intention of this grounded theory study is about generating or discovering a theory to explain and understand how business people learn using the methods that Baylor platform provides them. The purpose of this research is to know the learning preferences of the entrepreneurs in Baylor. The form of learning will be determined by observing the use of the methods and knowing which of these methods are the most effective to learn within the platform. The limitations. The most important limitation in this study was time, since that impacted on recruitment, analysis, and coding. However, important findings could be obtained. Research questions. The axis of this investigation. The main question of this research is, are the learning methods proposed by Baylor effective for user satisfaction and retention? Other questions were derived that could help to find relevant information that helps to reach the answer to our main research questions, like in which of the Baylor teaching methods the client finds more value. The learning methods provide opportunity to explore possibilities that the user previously did not think were possible. How does coaching help clients to achieve and improve their skills? Is there a possibility that some of the users just want to attend coaching sessions and don't want to do anything in between? How to deliver long-term value to users and keep them engaged with the platform and its coach? Methods. How was this investigation carried out? This research used more than one method. User observation, screen recording, and talk aloud was used when interacting with the Baylor platform, as well as questions while conducting the usability test of the site, which helped through the feedback. The observation of behavior led to finding patterns and findings to create a theory of how business people learn. The questions help to get more in depth to know which learning tool they prefer. Since throughout the user testing journey, it made much more sense to ask the questions because they had already completed the exercises and could choose how to complement the lessons. These are some of the questions. Describe in your own words what you typically do when you are learning something new. In your own words, how might you benefit from using this learning section? Do you have a favorite learning tool like reading, watching videos, or listening podcasts or something else? Here are some of the answers to the next question. Do you have a favorite learning tool like reading, watching videos, listening podcasts, or something else? Explain which and why you prefer it. Some people said, I prefer listening to podcasts and enjoy the back of the forth discussion. I personally love videos and podcasts, and I can focus the best on those. I prefer to read, the reason being I can do it in my own time and peace and take notes I please, which really helped me. YouTube is good as I am a visual person. I actually go for YouTube for watching videos. I don't have anything specific. As a YouTube, you have many videos which are free. Something that I has a combination of video learning and interaction to enforce the learning and practicing part. I prefer reading. I feel like I can bookmark, save, skim, and absorb the material at my own pace much better. Watching videos are fast and easy for me. I prefer looking at videos instead of having to read a long text. Through the analysis of the answers, it was determined that 6 people like to watch videos, 3 people listen to podcasts, and 4 prefer to read, and 1 do exercises and carry out the interactions. Users. Who was researched? I researched 10 users of different nationalities with an income of $100,000 to $150,000, were 5 men and 5 women between 26 and 52 years old. They were recruited through the usertesting.com site. So it's important and it's amazed me that the fact of the people that have large incomes, they prefer not having children. Data. How was collected? The data was collected through usertesting.com usability testing sessions were recorded in which users were asked key questions to get their opinion about their learning preferences. The videos were saved and were observed on those occasions more than once and transcriptions were made. So there's some ideas and quotes were grouped to create patterns. These coincidences were found and it was coded through specific topics and themes that will help to catalog the ideas. Whimsical tool was used to see the quotes and encode sticky notes type. Insights and recommendations. I want to show some of the most relevant phrases that people say. I found them listening to them and seeing how they interacted with the platform. So they say, some place to write, keep thoughts in my head. I will benefit if there's something that I don't already know. I typically dive in and try to absorb everything I can and figure out how to apply it. Take a lot of notes and try to practice any new task. 1. People tend to be more visual auditory, so they prefer to watch videos and listen to podcasts. 2. Business people value their time, which means that if they do not have an added value that they cannot find elsewhere, or they talk to them about a subject that do not know, they do not see value in it. 3. want to learn lessons where they can apply the knowledge acquired in real life. The conclusion of my grounded theory is that the business people learning methods have to be high value content as well as short lived, like a video or podcast, to their tight and busy lives.